Before we get into the intro, let me quickly say that I did do another version of this video on my main channel, but I did promise in that video that I was going to post a similar video here, but that this video was going to have social media reaction and also other content, okay? So I will be editing this one a little different, but just in case you are here from my main channel and you're wondering some of the parts sound familiar, is because I left some of the parts in here, but I will be adjusting it. So it is a different video, but some of those parts from the video on the main channel will be included. What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Finatainment Unfiltered. So Love is Blind season 6 is trending, and today we'll be talking about the hot topic and the couple that is currently the center of attention of the latest season. Let's get into it. Most of you are aware that AD said yes, she was willing and ready to marry Clay, and Clay said no. Okay, we're going to get into all of the details later on in the video, but I did promise you all that I was going to drop some new content and some comments and tea and all of that from social media. So let's get into it. So based on Clay responses on the show, constantly bringing up his father infidelity, saying that, you know, he's nervous that he might cheat and all of that. Of course, you have people asking him questions like that in interviews. So he did a recent interview, and this was his response when he was asked about his thought process on cheating.
You also told her that you're nervous, you're scared that you're not going to be faithful with her. Have you cheated in the past?
I haven't cheated. I've had moments where, I guess you could say, you're in a situationship with a girl really loves you and you cheated. I haven't cheated on anybody that I actually claimed as my girlfriend. So I don't want to say I'm a cheater. I think that for me, whenever I date, I'm very honest. If I feel as though that I'm not feeling a relationship and cheating could happen, I would typically let the person know that, hey, I don't think we're going on the right path, and I would end the relationship. I'm not a proponent of cheating, and that's why marriage is a big thing for me, because I don't want to get a divorce. And I understand that infidelity causes divorces. So for me, I just don't want to follow the same patterns that my family went down. So cheating is a big deal. And I wanted to make sure that there was no ifs, ands, and buts when going into this marriage.
So people were like, yes or no, Clay? Yes or no? Are you a cheater? He's simply saying, look, I'm not claiming you. If we are not in an exclusive relationship, if you are not my girlfriend, if you know what's up and know that we are friends with benefit, we are just kicking it, we are in a situationship, then it's not cheating if I'm entertaining multiple people. However, if I feel like I'm not capable of doing that and I'm in an exclusive relationship, I'm going to end it. And that's why he said, when he realized that, you know what, I'm not ready for marriage, he told her, as hurtful as it was, and we shall see, and hear more about what's going on during the reunion, if they were able to rekindle anything, if they are just simply friends now, we shall see, okay? Because there's still emotions there and all of that, but there you have it. Speaking of cheating and not cheating, there's a young lady leaving comments and going around basically, explaining something completely different, and how, he put her through hell for 3+ years and all of that. Now, the difference with this and a reason why, take this, okay, so a grain of salt, because the SK and Raven situation, that young lady that came out, not only did she have actual text messages between the two of them, she had pictures with him, vacation, like her receipts were impeccable. These right here is just someone saying, I dated him, and leaving comments. So I'm not saying this young lady did not date Clay. I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just saying, because there's not more beyond the comments, like text messages, videos, pictures, and things like that, just take it for what it is. But let's get into her comments. So she's responding to someone and she wrote, "Girl, Clay is a liar. He has hella, can't say that word, okay, before this show and after. Wasted 3 years of my life. I can't do nothing but crack up at all the people who really don't know him. This was all for TV, child." So that same person responded again, "Dang, sis, 3 years, shaking my head. Lord, I know you were when you seen his on the show, faking the funk with his trash." She continued, "Girl, I him out like a dirty dog. Sad part is I was really in love with him, but I prayed about it and God revealed it. My angels don't play about me. I'm too solid for that mess. He's literally delusional." She's being bullied for telling her story, so that's why I'm covering her name because I don't want people going to her page and adding to it. But she wrote, "I live in Charlotte. We can pull up on him if you want. Don't do that." She was joking. "You have no idea just how trash he is. His face card will never save him. He's so mean and bitter to women. It's insane." She continued, "He know not to play with me. I'm from Chicago. He know. I'm happy I seen this show give me all the more reason to move on. The loss is never mine. I'm so glad y'all really have no idea. He's so good at lying at me thinking I was crazy. I'm so happy to leave him alone. He's never going to find nothing good because he breaks every good woman's heart. Pity to that man." I went to her page to verify some things, but she's still going. "I believe you so bad it hurts. Clay is giving DL with the way he treats women. He gotta go." Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. All the other victims said the same thing. You are gorge. Please don't listen to what people have to say. For real, they're being weird over they have no idea whether you dated him, and it's disgusting how they're treating you, sending love. Thank you, because like these women are so weird. Why they mad at me, a stranger? It's because they are infatuated. It's very strange, but thank you. So this person wrote, "I believe you," and she responded, "Thanks, Gus. Only a weirdo would lie." So she's basically saying she's not lying. It's the truth, but I saw 3 years of her life wasted and all of the negative things he did. I pray for healing. I think the issue is they're not seeing where she said they were in a committed and exclusive relationship, but that she was in love with him for 3 years. So they're wondering, does that fall under what he said? If I'm in a situationship with you, if we're friends with benefits, if we're just kicking it, if we are not exclusive in a relationship, if I'm not claiming you as my girlfriend, then I don't consider it cheating if I'm messing with other people. But her focus is not cheating. Her focus is also the alleged cheating and mistreatment that he did to her and other women, allegedly. So all I can do is send some healing her way and keep her lifted in my prayers if this indeed happens. And since we're reading comments, Clay comment section on social media isn't pretty either. I'm going to read a few more and then I'm going to allow the rest of the detailed video I did on how I feel about their relationship in and out of the pods and all of that. But I did promise in the video on the main channel that this video will be the extended version with messages and all of that. So I'm keeping my promise before repeating the video. Why were you pushing so hard for her to leave the other guy if you weren't going to marry her? She's a good woman and you played her. Cheating is not genetic, you know. You could just decide to do better than your dad. The fact that when you saw AD you said body instead of how beautiful she looked says a lot. If man wasn't ready for marriage 100%, then why did he come on this show? You about to get dragged, son. What you did? Sad. You a low down dude, bro. All that hugging and smiling and you love her only to say you don't know about her money and you allegedly got money. Dude, you better not get online for a year. Not a whole year. Smiling and nodding in AD's face when she said I do is nasty work. Making Jimmy look like an angel. At least he had the balls to tell Chelsea before the altar, unlike you. You even embarrass your mother, air her private matters to the world, all because you failed to differentiate between therapy and marriage dating show because of clout. Not ready for marriage, but came on a show for marriage, more like for clout, weak ass beep. It's not the fact that he wasn't ready for marriage. She wasn't the one. Why not just tell her and have the conversation before embarrassing her at the altar? A bleep shame. I hope AD has a new man now. Your daddy son. Keep listening and you will hear my opinion on that. Your dad really messed you up, and it's sad that you admire a man like that. Well, now that we got all of that out of the way, let's get into the actual video about the episodes, how I feel about the relationship, how I felt about how it ended, the reunion, and all of that. Let's get into it. This video of Clay and AD and their families spending time together for Thanksgiving. I understand people are upset that she's spending time with this man after he embarrassed her by leading her on all the way to the altar and then saying no, even though he gave her hints and signs and everything for her to walk away, but she did not, okay? I completely understand. Also, why are you on Love is Blind if you feel like you need therapy, counseling, and healing? Don't come on a show called Love is Blind knowing what it's about, even though he claims he didn't watch the show, but he saw clips here and there. Once you saw clips here and there and got to understand a little bit about the show, why did you come if you felt like I need therapy, I need healing? Come on Love is Blind when you are 100% ready for marriage and the end result. There's a difference in being ready for marriage but not finding your person. That's different, okay? That's not what he said. He kept bringing up his childhood trauma and blaming everybody else and his background and his this and all of that. It wasn't, you know what, I touched, she was it, and I changed my mind. I'm ready. He was so indecisive. I understand triggers and all of those things, but he was wrong for that. Now, another side to this is, look, yes, what he did was absolutely wrong. However, she knows him more than us, okay? What we saw on TV. Maybe there's other qualities that she's like, you know what? I'm not willing to throw away my relationship or friendship with this person because of that. I'm willing to remain friends, or I'm willing to see where it goes. Also, although he was wrong, Lady probably said to herself, I want to be married forever and not get married for the sake of getting married, knowing that this man is not ready just for him to file for divorce after the show. I don't want that. And so maybe after thinking about it and the emotions, wear off a little bit, she was able to think about it and say, you know what, it was embarrassing, it was hurtful, but I rather that than this, and I'm willing to work through whatever we have to work through, be it friendship or a relationship. Another possibility in all of this could be, yes, AD was shocked. Her emotions was real. She was crying and all of that. I'm not making excuses for Clay, but we've heard about this happening over and over again. It's possible that Clay wasn't sure, but production pulled him aside and said, look, from the way how things are looking, there's only 2 couples left. We cannot just have one wedding. Absolutely not. We did not film an entire season of Love is Blind to just have one wedding. No disrespect to the other couple, but we need the viewers. We need a show. So even if you are not sure a wedding is going to happen and your yes or no is going to happen on your wedding day, because there's no way we are going to film an entire season and just have one wedding as the outcome, whether the outcome is yes or no. And if you watch the show, only one couple got married. But majority of the time was spent on AD and Clay. And then 20 minutes or probably less was given to Amy and Johnny. So it's possible that after that moment, when he got to talk to her off camera and all of that, he was able to reveal certain things to her. And as messed up and hurtful, she probably understand, listen, man, it's contract situation, all of that. I get it. And maybe that's the reason why. But they will never publicly admit that because they have contracts and all of that. So that's also a possibility We don't know what conversations they had and all of that, but the reunion is coming up. We'll get to hear from them and see if they're together or they're just friends. We'll get to see that, but I just wanted to address this clip going around before we get into the rest of the video. However, scenarios and excuses aside, the woman did say, if I see a red flag, I would just paint my nails to match. That told me everything I needed to know, because it didn't matter the hints and everything he did to make her say, I don't want to do this. She kept going along to get along. I mean, that man told her everything to make her say, you know what, I have a nice life, so she could be the one to do it. And nope, she wanted to get married that bad. So with all of that behind us, let's get into how the video was supposed to start. But then I remember, hey, since I'm going to put this in the title, let's put this in the beginning. In this video, I'm going to jump around and just list some key points and different things that I saw about Clay and AD relationship. Few seconds into the first episode, Matthew had me cracking up. And then, of course, as time progressed, we were like, oh, Matthew, no, what are you doing? But the fact that he was walking out, or some of the girls that were talking too much, it's just the way how Netflix edited the beginning. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, he's a low key. And then we found out that he was telling, both girls the same thing, both ladies the same thing, and all of that. And of course, he had his awkward moment and all of that. And it's almost like, why are you here? You do have to talk, you know what I'm saying? But apart from that part that led him to go home and led the other girl to go home, the beginning was hilarious. And then, of course, he turned into something that wasn't hilarious. And it was just like, what? And then, of course, the way how Clay reacted when he found out that they were in a love triangle, you would think he would have been doing backflips towards the altar, okay? He would have said yes quickly. But all of that was just his ego. That's it. That was it. I'm Clay. Look at me. There's no way this man that I'm thinking is so quiet and so reserved is going to win this woman over me. Absolutely not. It's not happening. I don't lose. Not on my watch. I'm a player, allegedly. There are some comments out there from an ex-girlfriend, but I'll have to do it in a separate video. And all of these different, things that's coming out about Clay. But let's stay focused. So that was just his ego. And as I previously stated, nothing about the way how Clay and AD ended shocked me at all, okay? Because from the very beginning, when she said, if I see a red flag, I will just paint my nails to match, told me everything I needed to know, okay? And of course, we're going to discuss everything, but there are a few points that I, want to highlight. So, painting her nails red comments, like I said, crazy, okay? Then, when Clay said he wanted cats because you don't have to show it love all the time, okay? He definitely found different and creative ways all the time to give AD all of these hints. And then he will hit her with something else that made her feel validated. And so then she just kept going along. But this man did everything in his power to give her the floor to say, you know what, it's not going to work, and have a nice life. But it just looked like no matter what he said and what he did, it didn't work. She wanted to keep painting the town red with this man, okay? Now, I saw the preview of the reunion. Yes, I saw the love of my life comment, but you know how editing works. So I'm going to keep all of my comments to myself until I see the reunion, and I'll be back with a review. But right now, let's stay focused on what we're currently talking about. I'm aware the focus, is on AD and Clay, but I have to go back to Matthew a little bit. When he said this to AD, and my greatest accomplishment is finding you, child, I was just like, oh Lord, here we go, okay? Here we go. When I tell you, He was selling her a dream at the beginning and she was almost, buying it because, the words. I mean, he was just telling her everything she wanted to hear, but then turn around and told the other girl the same thing. Back to Clay, reading the Bible verse. I mean, he was really doing everything in his power to reassure her, but at the same time giving her hints. So sis was confused, okay? But hey, like she said, things like that excites her. And also to her, he was easy on the eyes. So she was like, I'm not going anywhere. Another key part into Clay and AD relationship was when he kept saying, I want to be better for you. Want to be better, want to do better. It's amazing to want to improve and do better because of somebody else. But when you're also doing the work for you, that's a different level of care. It can't be, I want to be better, I want to change just for somebody. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and acknowledge that this behavior is not great, it's not cool, and I want to do better for myself because these are the things that I want in my life. And I have to see that they are important to me outside of being important for somebody else. I can do better and be better for myself and also better for the person that I'm with. But when the sole focus is, I want to do better for you, and not, it's also good to do better for me in my life, then it doesn't become top priority when you feel like you're doing it for somebody else. Because once your mindset is like, okay, you know what, I'm not really rocking with this person like that anyways anymore, I have things to think about, then you don't feel the need to do better anymore because you are doing better for them. But if you're doing better for yourself, your lifestyle, and to be the amazing and great man that you want to be, then you will continue to do better. Okay. So if marriage is something that you want, even if it's not her, you will start to do better for yourself and get into those habits so that when you do meet your person, you're already amazing and better for that person. And of course, we can all learn and improve in life, but also knowing the habit of doing things and not just doing things for someone. I'm going to change for you. I'm going to do this because of you. No, also want to change and do better because of yourself, because you are more than enough. I talked about reassurance earlier, and that's the reason why she was confused sometimes, because he was saying things like, I'm serious about you, I'm here for you, I will never abandon you. And then he abandons her at the altar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Okay, I want to continue a relationship with you, just not marriage. I get that. But you didn't keep up your end of the bargain, basically. Let's get married, baby. It's just like talking about let's get married, but then we get here and then this happened. But like I said, they're moving forward, so we shall see. But I'm glad he did. The show made him do it or not. Marriage is not something anyone should enter in lightly. So regardless of the occasions, it's on TV and people are here and it's disappointing, I'm glad he didn't waste her time. And he did not say yes, as messed up as it was. You don't want to play with marriage. And so, yes, that was completely messed up. Why are you here? If you're not here to embrace the entire process, then why are you here? I get that. But you know what? I'm glad he said no, because don't be saying yes and turning around and wasting people's time. You already wasted her time enough. Don't waste her time even more. Go do the counseling. He also talked about money and all of that. I'm about to come on this show and say yes. And I did not have enough time to really do the background work about finances and all of that. Well, that's why if you are signing up for something called Love is Blind and you are aware of this process, then you'll be willing to have those conversations and do these things. It looks like he was just so busy with his life, his work, and all of that. And when he realized, I'm about to marry this woman, and we haven't even had other discussions, okay? Because we saw conversations here and there, but for the most part, he was busy. And she had her own schedule over here. So it was just like they didn't sit down to have those important conversations. So I get it. I decided that on this channel, I'm just going to focus on AD and Clay majority of the way. If you want to hear my reaction to, oh my goodness, Chelsea, she was unbearable, and the rest of the cast, I have more videos coming up next. Another thing that AD said that was like, girl, what are you doing? What are you saying? When she said that she didn't think that she deserved love, I don't think that I deserve love. I'm just like, okay, now I get it. Relationships, didn't work out for you and all of that. And now it's making you feel like you're not more than enough and all of that. But everyone deserves love. So girl, pick your head up and don't say that. Especially to this man, he might not show it, okay, because he doesn't want to get dragged, even though he's being dragged right now all over social media. But if he's thinking, well, her self-esteem is that low, I can do whatever and she ain't going nowhere. You don't want to do that. And her body was hot topic this season, and she already had her issues with him wanting her to describe herself and all of that, okay? So there were some people who were not too happy. Well, not some people. It was actually a hot topic on social media that when she was walking down the aisle, it wasn't, oh my goodness, she's beautiful, she's stunning, my soon-to-be wife, that type of excitement. But it was, okay, body, you got that ish on. I completely understand and see where people are coming from. That's their lingo. So if that's, our lingo and that's how we connected and we're playful, she's sticking her tongue out and all of that, that's just what make us us. And those are a few of the things that attracted us to each other. Then it's different. It's cool. So I saw that people didn't like that a lot, but you can also tell that that's how they talk to each other. And we just get each other. We get it. You know what I'm saying? We see each other. We good. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, And so I get that. The okay body, you got that ish on. She wasn't offended at the altar when he said it. That actually to her was sexy. You could see her face. She was like sticking her tongue out of that because it looks like that's something that they connect on, the way how they talk and things like that. So I get that part of people complaining that he did not look at her and say, oh my goodness, she's stunning, she's beautiful, took my breath away, that's about to be my wife, and all of that. But it was, okay, body, you got that ish on. I completely understand. People said once those were his reactions, they were like, yeah, nope, he's not going to say yes. Sure, hot mess. But another part of Clay and AD situation that I noticed, her mother, amazing. His mother, everything. His father, speech being about himself. And I love how his mother gave his dad that classy read at the end. Go ahead and talk to your son because, come on, you're taking your kids with you to your infidelity parties and all of that. And also, my thing is, I understand that Clay was trying to hide behind his dad. That yes, sometimes your childhood experiences, upbringing, all of that play a factor. But there comes a time in your life where you have to stand up, okay? Stand up, okay? As a man and take accountability. Okay, yes, my dad did these things, but I'm promising myself to do better than my dad. And I'm willing to work on it. And then you go ahead and work on it. But you don't come on Love is Blind and then try to work on it on Love is Blind. That's not enough time. I'm not about to say yes and then do exactly what my father did. So I do feel like I need more time with this woman. I do feel like I need to go to therapy and counseling and get over those issues and get past those issues. Then I can say, okay, I'm ready. So as wrong as he was to her, I would rather somebody do that. This process is too fast, escalated. I'm not going to do it. But this is the thing. You didn't find this out on the show. You knew these things before the show. So then why come on Love is Blind when you feel like you have all of these roadblocks and issues and you have to go to therapy and all of that? Go to therapy. Do your thing. And when you believe that you are ready for a wife, you are ready for commitment, you are ready for all of that, then come on Love is Blind. And that's why people are calling him a clout chaser and everything else. You don't come on a show like Love is Blind fully aware of the process. Oh, I didn't watch the show. And then I started watching some episodes and I'm like, boy, bye. For example, Matthew. Awkward. I don't know how to have conversations, but you're coming on Love is Blind where people don't get to see you and you have to talk. Like, are you serious right now? I mean, yes, eventually he opened up and had those moments with AD, but I'm like, okay, wrong show. Balancing their work schedule and just their schedule in general was also an issue for them. You know, Clay not coming back to the apartment they were sharing at the time during the show and all of that. A man that is into you, there for you, love you, all of that will move mountains for you. Okay, we make time for the things and people that are important to us. So I don't care how much you work and all of that. That's where sacrifices and compromises come in for the people that you love. So finding a balance. So the whole schedule thing, I get it, you know, being with someone that respect your work, respect your schedule and all of that, but also being able to balance and make time is very important. So the part that I was getting to before I just got distracted and went on a whole different conversation and moment was when she met his mother and his sister for the first time and she was cold and his mother gave her her scarf. I looked over and I was like, this is when you gave her your jacket or your coat. But then I realized he was wearing a sweater with an undershirt. So it looks like it was just a regular plain undershirt. And he had that green and black or whatever color it was sweater he had going on. So it was a part of his outfit. So it wasn't like he had a coat or a jacket they gave her. But I was like, okay, let me look around to see if he have a jacket, because why is your mother giving her, you know, her scarf? This is when you step up as a man and you give her your jacket or your coat. But you know what? They're getting dressed for camera. He's like, I'm styling. I'm not walking around with no coat and jacket. The cameras are here. We're filming. So I'll give him a pass on that. Clay did say, said no to marriage, but said yes to a relationship. I still want to be with you. I'm not saying I don't want to be with you. But when he left, he said no. So since I'm not enough today, I don't want to date him. But like I said, we shall see. It all depends on their conversations and their healing process, because you have to remember this was filmed a little over a year ago. So even the Thanksgiving video is not me saying, oh, they were spotted together. Of course, they've done interviews together and all of that. I'm just saying after it all ended, they were still hanging out. So it could be on a friendship level or a relationship level. People were upset that she was still kissing on him and hugging on him when they were having that conversation. I'm like, I completely understand. You know, be upset, he's disrespectful and all of that, but your feelings just don't go away like that. And I know I'm giving her grace, even though she should have known better. But you know what? Just hopefully she's learned her lesson and, you know, she will do better going forward. I also love that she stood up for her girl, to the chick that was sliding engaged dude, you know, DMs and all of that. Anyways, I've said enough. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.